Hello friends, Music Man in his living room. Now I promised you that I'd give you an update on the Sharkbites. So it's a year. The other night, July the 3rd, my daughter came upstairs and said, "Dad, there's a flood in the basement." And she wasn't a kid, and it was a major flood. Water was pouring from the upper basement down into the lower basement down the steps. It was a mess, right? And my man cave was wet. The upstairs was filled with water, but it's all concrete, so it wasn't too bad. We ran to Walmart at 3 o'clock in the morning to pick up a new shop vac that could handle what had happened. So I go downstairs, and I'm assuming it's got to be the Sharkbite because some guy wrote about this massive failure on my other Sharkbites. Are they reliable? On my channel. So go back and see that if you haven't seen this. I was completely wrong. The Sharkbites had not failed. Water was coming through the concrete, between the concrete slabs of my basement. But what had happened is outside my sprinkling system, a T that ran into the, I don't even know the proper name for them, but the units that open and shut the valves to the sprinkling system, well, one of the PVC T had cracked and split off and was blowing water underneath the ground against my basement and flooded it full of water. So, false alarm. The Sharkbites, it's been a year and I've had no problem with them. Now, just for a quick little review, here we go. Let's talk about them. Here's a Sharkbite. This is PEX, and it's handy to get this nice little tool here. Springs open, and then you just cut it off. So you cut it square like this. See how nicely that cuts? Oh, and it cuts it beautiful. A really nice cut. And then what you do, this is how easy it is to put on Sharkbites. You basically put it on here and you feel where there's a membrane there, and you insert it and push it again, and it goes all the way on, and then it's not coming off. Okay, so that is how Sharkbites work. That's how easy they are to install. Now, I haven't had a single leak, not a drip. False alarm. It was the sprinkling system. It was PVC that failed underneath the ground that looked like brand new. Seriously, it looked like it had been installed yesterday, and this cap split and popped and it snapped off and was blowing water underneath the ground. And so the Sharkbites were falsely accused. So I'm looking at all my Sharkbite where I connected them into my copper, thinking that's got to be where it is. It wasn't. It was PVC that had failed me. So once again, all you have to do to remove this, and this will work with a crescent wrench too, as you get these little orange things here. Put it on here, press against it, comes off that easy. Yeah, Sharkbites. So here's the deal. People are writing me on my blog and telling me how the Sharkbites are just a disaster waiting to happen. Well, I worked with the Corps of Engineers for 5 years, and an engineering friend of mine talked to me about something called the Weibull curve, W-I-E-B-U-L-L-C-U-R-V-E. Look it up on YouTube. Look it up on the internet, the Weibull curve. There's a infant mortality rate to any kind of appliance or anything that's designed, even plumbing. Everything's engineered. And so if it's going to fail, usually it fails quickly. Otherwise, it's going to run the life expectancy of that device. Let's use an automobile as an example. That's the reason extended warranties are really a waste of time, because usually automobiles are going to give you the big trouble between when you buy them on the showroom, and probably between 0 and 30,000 miles you can discover some issues with the car if there's going to be any problems. If there's not, and if you do regular maintenance on the car will last 150,000 miles with minimal repairs, unless you drive it like you stole it. So, it's been a year now. The Sharkbites have all been installed, connecting my copper to my PEX that I installed last year, and I haven't had one single drip. Nothing. And I think that's a pretty good, if they have a 25-year warranty, that means I think they've now passed the infant mortality rate. I think now the Sharkbites are going to last probably 20, 25 years with minimal issues, and if they do start leaking, it'll probably be some kind of drip or something like that. I don't think the teeth are just going to fail. I think the washer will probably it'll seep around that washer, and they're an easy replacement. Of course, by that time, it'll be, what's a Sharkbite? They'll probably be replaced by a better product. something even easier that drives the plumbers even crazier. So, PEX, Sharkbites, and make sure you get a Sharkbite. One guy got on here carrying on about how the Sharkbites had failed him. Make sure it actually has that Sharkbite symbol on it, and you should be fine. Now this one, I'm not sure it's a Sharkbite. I'm looking at it. I bought it online, and I'm not sure it's a Sharkbite, which is really interesting. It might be. It looks like a Sharkbite, but it might be a knockoff. Somebody probably claimed this was a Sharkbite and then sent it to me, and nope, there's the symbol. There's a little Sharkbite symbol right there. It's hard to see. You wouldn't be able to see it here, but it's right there. So anyway, Music Man from his living room. Basement is going to be redone, drying out. We've mopped it, we've sanitized it, we've put antibacterial stuff down there because of the leak from the plumbing, from our plumbing. A PVC cap cracked and popped off. Real fun. Anyway, hope this has been informative. If you have any questions, ask me down below. I believe that the Sharkbites are going to go the distance now. I was really nervous this first year. I thought there was going to be a failure. It would be this first year I have high water pressure. I only have 3 zones that literally 3 zones that water is 4 blocks. That's how high my water pressure is. And so, Music Man from his living room, signing off. Take care. Talk to you about more later. Bye.